You're not a criminal. At least, that's what you told yourself. 6 months ago, you were broke, desperate, and invisible. Today, your apartment is paid for a year in advance. There's $40,000 in a crypto wallet you don't fully understand. And somewhere, in a server room in Eastern Europe, your name exists. Not your real name, your other name, the one they gave you. This is not a story about hackers in hoodies. This is not a movie. This is what actually happens when you get recruited by the people who run the internet's darkest corners. Level by level, choice by choice, until there's no way back. Level 1. The Errand Boy. It starts with a forum post. Not on the dark web. Not yet. Just a regular Telegram group. Someone in a Discord server you've been in for 2 years drops a link. Easy cash. No experience needed. DM if interested. You've seen stuff like this before. You've always scrolled past. But tonight, your rent is 3 weeks late. You click it. The guy on the other end calls himself Fallow. No face, no voice, just text. He explains the job in 4 sentences. You receive a package, you hold it for 48 hours, you drop it at a specific locker at a specific train station. You get paid $300 in USDT. That's it. You stare at your phone for a long time. Then you text Fallow. Got anything else? Level 2. The Middleman. Fallow has more work. A lot more. The next job is different. You're not holding packages anymore. You're holding information. Fallow sends you a list of email addresses, 27 of them. Your job, forward a specific link to each address using a burner email he provides. You don't know what the link does. You don't click it yourself. You just send it. $500 this time. It takes you 11 minutes. The math on that is not lost on you. The jobs keep coming, each one slightly different. 1 week you're creating fake social media profiles. The next, you're collecting screenshots from public Facebook pages, specific people, specific cities. You start to understand the shape of what you're part of. Not the full picture, just the edges. And the edges are enough to make your stomach tighten. But the money keeps coming. $300, $500, $800, $1,200. Fallow starts calling you reliable. In this world, that word means something. Then, 3 months in, Fallow goes quiet for 5 days. You panic more than you expect to. Not because you're scared of him, because you're scared of losing the income. That's when you realize something has shifted inside you. Level 3, the invitation. Fallow comes back. Different energy. Someone wants to meet you. Not in person. A voice call. Encrypted. Signal. You join at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. 3 people on the call. No names, just roles. One of them talks. His English is perfect, but his accent is Eastern European. He says they've been watching your work for 2 months. He says you're careful. He says careful is rare. Then he offers you a position. Not an errand, a role. You'd be managing 3 other people like you, coordinating drops, relays, and data collection across your city. Pay $4,000 a month in crypto. Guaranteed. You ask what the organization does. There's a pause. Then he says, we move things, information, access, occasionally product. You ask what kind of product. He says, the kind people pay very well for. You say you need to think about it. He says, of course, you have until Thursday. The call ends. You sit in the dark for a while. Thursday comes. You say yes. Level 4, the network. They give you 3 names, not real names. Tags, Cypher, Lark, 88. These are your people now. You've never met them. You never will. But every week, you coordinate their jobs, collect their confirmations, and report up to a handler named Sable. Sable is colder than Fallow, more precise. Sable doesn't chat. Sable only sends instructions and expects results. Your first real test comes in week 2. Lark misses a drop. No message, no explanation, just silence. Sable messages you at 6 a.m. Where is Lark? You don't know. You spend 4 hours trying to reach Lark through the encrypted channels. Nothing. You tell Sable, unresponsive, possibly compromised. Sable goes quiet for 2 hours. Then, noted, reassign Lark's tasks to 88. Do not attempt further contact. You never hear from Lark again. You don't ask what happened. You don't want to know. But something changes in how you carry yourself after that. You start double-checking everything. You stop sleeping with your phone in the room. You create a second backup wallet. You've become professional, and that terrifies you more than anything else so far. Level 5, the real product. 4 months in, you've made just over $22,000. Your life looks different. New laptop, new phone, prepaid everything. You've moved apartments twice, not because you had to, but because Sable told you to maintain operational hygiene. You don't question it anymore. Then Sable introduces you to the next layer. Not data collection, not drops, access. Your city has a port. Things come through that port that don't appear on manifests. Your job is simple. You have a contact inside the port authority. You don't recruit him, he's already theirs. You just pass him timing windows and confirm clearances. You're not touching the product. You're not even near it. But you know what it is now. Sable didn't say it outright. Sable never says anything outright. But one night, one of your relays sends you a photo by mistake, meant for someone else. You look at it for 2 seconds. Then you delete it. But you can't delete what you saw. You tell yourself you're just moving information. You tell yourself there's a wall between you and the actual thing, but the wall is made of paper, and you know it. Level 6, the money is real. Month 7, your crypto wallet has $41,000 in it. You don't know how to cash it out safely. Sable connects you with someone who does. A woman who runs a currency exchange in your city. No questions asked. A 12% cut. She's professional, almost bored, like she's done this 1,000 times. Because she has. You start to see the sides of the operation for the first time. You're not special. You're not even important. You're one node in a network that spans 40 cities. Sable manages 5 people like you. Above Sable is someone they call the architect. No one has ever seen the architect. No one knows if it's one person or a structure, but every now and then a message comes through from the top. Not instructions, just a number, a date, a city, and everyone in the network realigns, like a clock being reset. You realize this organization is not a gang, it's infrastructure. It's been running for years. It will keep running after you're gone. That thought should comfort you. It doesn't. Level 7, the first crack. Month 9. You're eating breakfast when your neighbor mentions something to you in the hallway, casually. Lots of police activity near the port last night. Did you see the news? You smile and say no. Then you go inside and lock your door. You check your channels. Nothing from Sable. You wait 6 hours. Still nothing. Then at 11 p.m., Sable sends one word. Pause. That's the protocol for a security event. Everything stops. No contact, no movement, no transactions. You sit in your apartment for 3 days, eating delivery food, watching your door. On day 4, Sable comes back. 2 of your relay contacts had been identified, not arrested yet, just flagged. They're being moved out of the network. You're fine. For now. But for now lands differently than it used to. You start looking up extradition treaties between your country and others. You start keeping a bag packed by the door. You start memorizing escape routes. This is what they mean by paranoia. Except it's not paranoia if they're actually watching. Level 8. The offer you can't refuse. Month 11. Sable is replaced. New handler. Goes by Rook. Rook is younger, more aggressive, higher pressure. Rook wants you to expand, recruit 2 new runners in your city, double your coordination network. You push back, carefully, diplomatically. You say you need more time. Rook says, the people above me don't do more time. The message underneath that message is clear. You recruit the first runner within a week, a young guy you find through the same forums where Fallow found you. He's 23, broke, sharp. He asks you what the work involves. You hear yourself say the exact words Fallow once said to you, and for the first time, you feel the full weight of what you've become. Not a victim, not a hero, a link in the chain, passing the chain to someone else. Level 9. The walls close in. Month 13. Your second runner, a woman called Spool, disappears. No protocol breach, no warning, just gone. 3 days later, you get a message from an unknown number, not through your encrypted channels, through your personal number, which no one in the network is supposed to have. The message says, we need to talk, not about work, about your safety. You don't respond. You destroy the SIM. You buy 3 new burners that afternoon. But the message plays on a loop in your head. Someone broke the wall between your real life and your other life. That should only be possible if someone on the inside gave up your number, or if someone on the outside had been watching long enough to find it. Both options are bad, just bad in different ways. You contact Rook through the emergency channel. Rook's response is instant. You're being tested. Ignore external contact. Do not deviate. A test. Or that's what Rook wants you to think. You start sleeping with the lights on. Level 10. The truth about the network. Month 15. Something makes you dig. Not into the network, into yourself. You start tracking things, writing them down on paper, encrypted notes, the timings, the patterns, the ports, the currency routes. Not to expose anything, just to understand what you're actually part of. It takes 3 weeks. What you find is bigger than you expected. The network is operating across at least 6 countries. The port operation you're part of is one of 4. The data collection you did in Level 2, those email addresses, were part of a massive credential harvesting operation that hit a financial institution in another country. You were part of a cyber attack. You didn't know. You were never supposed to know. That's the architecture of it. Each person knows only their layer. Deniability is structural. You were designed to be ignorant, and now that you're not, you're dangerous. Level 11. The choice. Month 16. A man contacts you through a channel you didn't know existed. He says he's law enforcement. He says he's not there to arrest you. He says he's been tracking the network for 18 months. He says 24 people connected to your network are already in custody in 3 different countries. He says your name, your real name, is in a file. He says you have a window, a small one. He wants information, specifics about the port operation, Rook's contact methods. In exchange, immunity, a new start. You have 72 hours to decide. You sit with this for a long time. You think about the $47,000 in your wallet. You think about Lark, who disappeared. You think about Spool. You think about the 23-year-old runner you recruited, who is now sitting in his apartment waiting for instructions from you, who doesn't know what he's actually part of, who is where you were 16 months ago. You think about it all. Final level. The cycle. Here's what they don't tell you about this world. There is no clean exit. The cop was real. The immunity was real. But so was the risk of talking. So was the risk of not talking. You make your decision, and whatever it is, it will cost you something. If you cooperate, you disappear. New name, new city, smaller life, always watching the door. If you don't, the network keeps moving. You keep moving. Until one day, you don't. Because everyone in this world eventually stops. Some stop in a courtroom. Some stop in a cell. Some stop in a way that doesn't make the news. And some, a very few, stop on their own terms, quietly, without ceremony. They cash out what they can. They delete what they have to. They move to a city where no one knows them. And they spend the rest of their life being slightly too careful, slightly too quiet, slightly too aware of the car that's been parked outside for 3 hours. The network doesn't end. It never ends. It just finds someone new. Someone desperate. Someone who thinks they're just doing one errand. Someone who tells themselves they're not a criminal. Someone exactly like you were 16 months ago. Before the first $300. Before the first yes. Before the first level. The question was never whether you could survive this world. The question was what it would cost you to survive it. And whether, at the end, the person who survived was still you.